Miss Rooster, I am out there running electrical wire like a one-legged man in an ass-whooping contest. I'm telling you, I about got that whole place wired, and I'm going to take these people out and show them what I'm doing. You're just sitting here in my chair in front of my fan doing nothing because you don't have thumbs. I know, I've heard it from all of you. All right, I'm going to go show these people. I have been busy, man. You better believe I've been busy. I'm going to take you around now. I didn't film any of the electrical work this morning. It's pretty much the same as what I did yesterday. And it was like 80 degrees. It's still like 82. Beautiful. So I figured I'd take advantage of that and come out here and work my butt off, and pretty much got the whole place, other than the wires for the lights, pretty much got it all wired. So let me explain to you what I've done. Now yesterday on this channel, I left off with, I believe I did this wall. We got the outlets in there. Those were already there. And yeah, okay, we'll get to that. And then I did these. Well, after the video went out, did I do those yesterday? I don't think so. I think I did those this morning. I don't remember. Maybe I did those in yesterday. Yes, I did those in yesterday's video. But I came back out, I wired this, and this morning, what I've done, I've took an existing line that they had run back here. It would be that first one to this side, and I wired outlets in this back office. Now, when I build stuff, I'm picturing it, how it's going to be when it's finished in my mind. I don't draw up plans. I just know what I want, and that's what, you know, I like the electrical. I'm going to put outlets based on what I want. And so I started here. I tapped off of the one outlet they had, and daisy chained all the way around. Now we've got lower outlets on this wall. Now this wall, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's probably maybe a mini fridge, maybe so, I don't know. Then I continued along to here, and did I keep going? Yes, I came to here. Now I have purchased two 12 by 12 exhaust fans that they have a thermostat. So if up there, if it's 100 degrees, and that's what I have it set to, they will kick on, open up, and exhaust it until it's below whatever temperature I set it to. That will be mostly useful in the summertime. So that's going to go directly under that vent. We'll just leave that alone. With that thing in place, I got two of them. I got one for this side and one for this side. So that's going there. There's going to be it has a regular plug on it, so I'm putting an outlet box up there on top of the cap. And so that'll just plug in. Then that's kind of good, and I can unplug it. I'll put a little access port or something if I have to, maybe. And then I continued on, daisy chained it to here. That's one circuit, okay? That's the one they'd already had run. Then I ran a separate line, a third line, all the way down. You can see where I went. That's going to service this wall here, and this wall here is where I'm going to have my desk. Now I think what I'm going to do with this room is anything to do with my YouTube, doing my editing, all of that. Everything is going to be in here. So that's going to free up a bunch of crap out of my house that I do that with now. Live streams, podcasts, all of that from one room. And my plan is to build a full-length desk. I'm thinking butcher block all the way down. And so here I'm going to have, I've already got this is the power supply here. I don't have enough outlets. I want double outlets all along here because I run a lot of electricity, I have a lot of things that plug in, monitors, computers. So this wall will have double outlets, and it will be above the desk level. I prefer that. Maybe one or two on the bottom. But this wall is going to be electrified. Okay, so that's run. And also on this same line, you can see here, now I do got to build a wall up here because this is all going to be walled up. So I did it in a way that when I put the studs in, this isn't going to interfere. If I would have run this on top of that, it would have been in the way. So I ran it this way. It's going to be covered anyway. Oh man, I hope. Maybe it did screw up. It needs to go on this side. Well, we'll figure it out. I left enough slack for issues like that. No, it'll be all right. I'll figure it out. No, it's fine. It's fine because, yeah, man, I'll figure it out. That's, you know. And I also bought outlets for the outside. So I ran a line down here. This is for the outside. Also put one over here. I'm going to have an outlet over here. I've already drilled that out. I've already run my line. That is the, I think that's, yeah, that's the end of the line here. This is something they had for the switch. I'm going to be pulling this out. This will probably become my lighting. It should be long enough. So that's really all that's left to do. Electrical is put those boxes on that office wall and run some lighting. I'm still deciding what kind of lighting I want. I don't think I want those puck lights. I want some longer shop lights. And I've seen a few on Amazon, but I want to go to Home Depot or somewhere and actually look at some. That's something I really need to look at. There's actually a few lighting stores. I know I'll probably pay a little more, but I want to see it working, because when you're buying stuff like that online, you don't really know how it's gonna look when you put it in. Also, one big change, one big decision that I've made. I am not going to spray foam this building. And there are a few reasons why. Yeah, it'd be nice. I don't like the thought of all of my electrical being encased in that stuff. And one reason is, in the first year or two, maybe the first 5 years of having a shop, you're getting new equipment. You don't want to limit yourself. If I see something that's going to require 240 and I want to put it way down here, well, I want to be able to pull the insulation off, run new line, and be done with it. Well, if I spray foam, I'm not going to be able to do that. It's not that I'm worried about mold or anything like that. And I did go over the costs. Just for the R13, the 8-foot slats to do just the lower part, I'm looking at a little over 500 bucks. So that versus 2,200. Now here on the ceiling, I'm going to do 4x8 sheets of the foam board. That's all I'm going to do. And you don't put them in between, you put them over. It goes up much quicker, and it has a much better, it'll leave air flowing through there, and it does the trick. And I did that somewhere in my house, and it's fine. So that's something I'm kind of glad the guy didn't get back to me, because it gave me more time to think about it. Plus, I talked to Future Mike. He said, hey man, what if I need an iron lung? Where am I going to put it? So Future Mike kind of talked me into not doing spray foam. Yes, it's going to be a little more work, but I forgot I bought a air stapler. It zips through that stuff. I kind of enjoy. I enjoy out here working, and I want to take my time at this. I don't want to schedule some guy coming out to do some work and I've got to be done. That's not how I operate. I want to take my time and get this done right, think it through. So that's what we're going to do. Man, look at this table. Looks like some man's been out here working. You know what? I need to get some more crap and put on this table. Yep. Got my speaker. I've been out rocking. That's for when I did a video on my other channel yesterday. It's light, but that is a good light. So anyway, that's the update there. Now I didn't film. I'm not going to film everything, but if there's a day like today, I want to come on in here and update you. I mean, you already watched me do electrical yesterday. So here's all the new ones I did today, and I've got them marked. So I know where they're at, and these are the existing ones they had, but I've rerouted them and changed them. This way I know where they are. And once this entire building is wired, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up, probably one day next week, pick up all the insulation that I need and start on that. And then after the insulation is done, it's time to start, we're gonna change this electrical over. I'm gonna start removing this, at least this part of the fence, so I can get the tractor in there. I've got to backhoe this big old hill down a little bit and make it more usable. So I'm gonna have to get some dirt from somewhere, and I just want that one level, you know, smooth surface. I don't want to have to go down no huge hill. You know, another reason, guys, I just lost my dog, and at one time there was, I think, 5 dogs in this yard, and one by one they passed away. And when I look at that, and there's no dog in it now, it's just hard to look at, and I got to take all that stuff out of there. You know, I can look at that dog house. It used to be Lulu's dog house, and I look at that and I think of her. Not that it's bad that I'm thinking of them, but I don't, it's just kind of sad. And this just needs to be turned back into the property. I can do some tractor work in there, and because let me tell you, after 5 dogs lived in there for many, many years, there's a lot of holes and ruts, and plus it's going to be easier maintaining. You can see I got stuff growing on the fence. That won't happen if it's open. I won't have to weed eat. I won't have to open that gate to go in there and mow. And I've got direct access to my plumbing. I got direct access to my electrical. And I can finally get on this side of the cabin and finish it, because it looks awful. There's so much work that needs done. It was just hard to do with dogs. But I'll miss them, you know. Lily's buried right over there next to Waldo. Waldo and her were the best buds. And then Waldo's sister, she was the first one to pass away. She's on the very end there. But they are litter mates. So they were true brother and sister. And then I brought home Lily as a puppy. And man, all them dogs took her under their paw, and it was pretty cool. But that era is over. I'm not gonna, you know, I say I'm not ever gonna get, you know, I still got 2 dogs. I say I'm never gonna get any more. And then I got a lot healthier than I was. Who knows? But not gonna have this yard, so. But anyway, there's the update. And so we're not spray foaming. And I'm kind of relieved that I'm not spray foaming, because I kept thinking about that, going, man, what if I got to do something? And there has been a lot of times in the cabin where I've had to tear into the wall to fix something or add something, and I gotta add the wire for that fan there. But that is going to make a huge difference, and that is all going to be like attic up there. I think what I'm going to do, because this is a shop, is I'm just going to put the foam board like that, and then the piece over here, and this. So you're still going to have this shape. It's going to give me more ceiling room, because I'm going to be building stuff that, you know, I might be building a big old cabinet or something, and I need ceiling space. And then once all that's done, and I probably should do this before, is put another double. I'm going to look for a double door. So I probably might want to hold off doing this electrical box. But I kind of hate to put it over here because it's so high. And I don't want to put it over on the end either. But I mean, that would probably be the ideal spot for it. It's not too late, I could. But I think I'm going to build up some, you know, I don't know. Well, maybe I don't know. See, that's part of my planning. I'm not going to be building huge things in here, so, but I still probably need to get in some I can get 4x8 sheets of plywood in one of these doors. Why don't I just leave it alone, and we'll figure it out as we go. I can always do that later. As for any more windows, nah, I don't need any more windows. These let plenty of light in. I don't need any more. So, all right, well, probably do another, you know, I'm probably gonna wait till I do the installation to put another video up, but who knows. Don't go by what I say. Thanks for watching. Happy trails.